waiting for Umaspel Ati. What do you think of Xolani? Ndizothi makabanjwe. Makabanjwe.
Wrong.
Okay, well, since Unolu, she can't wait. Let me just introduce the topic about Xolani. Xolani has been released on bail amounting to 20,000 rand.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Imagine released on bail amounting to 20. What's 20,000 when somebody died?
Mina on that
Who
point,
died?
I mean exactly who
Buketle
died.
Hong.
Who died?
Yes.
You Katle Hong died.
Who Robert?
Ungathi uRobert ufele ntoni benza ntoni?
For drugs, they were asking him about drugs.
Yes, so
Xolani uthatha phi right to kill somebody if umntu uthi yena kazana drugs. What
not
right
It
does
was
he
not
have?
was he
intentional.
not a drug dealer though?
Because I mean,
It's fine, he's a drug dealer. Then Xolani, who's he?
Who's he?
the police.
Xolani is
No,
not.
Xolani-
Xolani just works with production company.
Xolani is a drug prevention person.
No.
He prevents drugs.
Okay, and-
He happened to have a show on
Yeah.
Moja Love.
Okay, on that point, as much as Unolu, it seems like she's on the side of the late drug dealer.
Yeah.
Okay, now we are living with our brothers and sisters who happens to be the cops as Pila Imhlaben, walking cops. So how many lives has the so-called drug dealer killed?
Many lives.
Now we should scream in South Africa because Senai has died.
Exactly.
Were they gun pointed to go and buy drugs?
They were not, but for the
then
next
why?
activity, she's introducing something that is
No,
killing our nation.
No.
You know,
And
okay.
back home,
You know-
probably, in
Exactly.
those African countries
yes.
are binded by the rules.
Let me ask Ms. Pell. Do you know that you can buy iyeza le flu and mix it with a Sprite, kuphume alcohol? You get drunk for days. So a brother buys that and mixes for himself. Aquhunywa behigh, abeyilondo. Who do we blame? Do we blame the person who's selling the medication or somebody who's selling
but
Sprite?
that one is totally different.
What's your
in
point?
my
How?
case. No, Mamela, drugs that are being landed in our country and that are being sold to our communities are not the drugs, the alcohol, nelokuzana, and Sprite.
Well-
You're still going to be in a proper mind state, no matter in that particular 7
I
days.
think-
They are drugs.
Physically,
I think
you
on this
still be
system,
okay.
aye.
Because you only drink like it's the same thing as drinking medication, your flu.
It's prescribed
And no
drugs.
Coke,
No.
prescribed.
Who- which
now when
I would think
your
it
nyaupe, your crystals, your whatsoever. We
I'll
don't
just
know
turn
what
this
has been
system.
mixed in that production of creating those drugs.
So, how the victim died, Mr. Robert Kicks, ne? So, what we normally see in the show is that there's a process that they do.
Yeah.
They cut
You know,
off
to
reviewers,
extract
yeah.
information from drug dealers.
Yeah.
You know, so we always see Uguti in Sizokuthola, they always go to an ad break and then they deal with the drug dealer so that they can speak and confess about where the drugs are. So what happened Uguti with Robert Kicks, they were doing the same process. But it was found Uguti the guy had, you know, some maybe I think it's chronic illnesses. Yabo. So in the process of extracting information from him, it got to a point Uguti he lost his life. Yabo. So it was not intentionally.
And
Yabo.
he's diagnosed with chronic diseases.
Yeah, wabo, it was not intentionally. So about Xolani with his team, what they did was, Mfethu, please tell us where the drugs are. So he failed to comply with the man of the law. So what do you do? Because if you fail to comply, the law is going to use force onto you because when
Xolani and his
participate.
team, they are not the law. They are production company. They have nothing to do with the law.
Do you know Xolani was a drug dealer?
Not a drug
Was a
dealer.
drug addict. He was a drug addict.
Then a drug addict, what right does he have to
No,
kill?
Xolani is fighting the people who are selling drugs to the people because he was one of the victims. He was the
Teams,
people who was
yeah.
addicted to drugs because drugs were introduced to him in a wrong way.
Okay.
So he's fighting Uguti. His brothers and his sisters do not fall onto the same trap.
Okay, there's somebody about his a family member, but he said he wanted to be called by AB. Ne? He stated that on the day, Xolani and his crew, there were things that they took there. Ne? Is belonga to Robert. And Xolani was not alone. Ekubetheni lona. Even his crew members were involved. But why are they not arrested? Bona, only Xolani is arrested.
Well, at the same time, we have the instigator, umuntu oqale yonke into. If I have an operation team, and then I'm the one who gets the what you call this thing, a court, a search warrant. So when I get the search warrant, I'm the one who is instigating everything. Ukuthi angiqala yonke into. So if something happens, I'm the one to be blamed because
So
this operation yaqalwa yimi. So uXolani uyoboshiwe because yena he handed himself to the
To
police.
the police.
So
yeah.
are you saying they have a search warrant?
They do.
They do. They can't just barge into every house.
So the problem
without-
here is not with them. It's the justice system. Is the system yamapolisa. How can they hand a search warrant to somebody who's not even a police officer?
No, sister. uXolani has a foundation. Right?
Having a foundation does not mean you've got.
Mamela, wena
professional
musu uyangena. Angithi
Tete.
uXolani has foundation.
Okay.
So the foundation is all about drug prevention.
Yes.
So uXolani decided ukuthi I want to work with the law.
Okay.
You know, with the law enforcement. Yokuthi we want to go in different houses busting these drug dealers.
Beating people and killing them.
Not killing them, but
Okay.
the aim is to prevent drugs.
Drugs.
You know,
Okay.
ukuthi these drug dealers sell drugs to the people. So he went to the law and then he asked for a partnership. Yokuthi, as I have this foundation of
Yeah.
drug preventing, can we work
Partner
together?
together,
Yes, partner together,
police
investigate and look for the drug dealers. Mangathi uyabheka, this guy handed himself over. Abamgijimisanga.
After-
He went to the
knows
police
law,
station
said
and
he
he was
knows
said,
he's
yes,
innocent.
I know ukuthi a guy died during the scene, but here am I. Can you take my statement?
And also, it is said that after beating him and all, they took him to Thele Moja Hospital and just dumped him there and left him, not even calling family members to come through.
Mara for an effect to know that at least they
Ish,
took
ish,
him
ish.
to the hospital.
But they can't
That
take
counts for
him and
something, 'cause
dump him
immediately you
there.
enter
I know he's a
the
human being.
casualty, they will attend you.
Unlike
Unlike
Yeah,
when they
exactly.
left him
But
there.
they're supposed to call the family because if family yake must know that this person is in hospital.
Okay, let
It's
me
not
let me
his-
make a
it's not
practical
their
example.
They
were
are-
shooting. They
they
were
are
working in the
responding.
production now.
They are responsible for that.
In time sequence,
We-
yeah, what
we-
says we took him to the hospital. We have to rush into
Hey,
Moeketsi.
yeah.
Moeketsi now is selling drugs.
After beating somebody
If you
and
watch
killing
it,
them.
they come to like 3 houses or 5
Phela-
houses.
phela
in the
remember-
one show.
remember
And
ukuthi-
by then he was not dead. He was not defined dead.
These people,
Babemdrambe esibhedlela.
these people are fighting drugs. When you want us to go to sihlale lapha casualty, hey guys, can you please help us find this
Because
person's
you are
family?
wrong.
He's a drug dealer.
You're wrong.
He's
You took a life from someone's family.
You would swear ukuthi many of the people who balala esibhedlela lapha, over 50 of them, he's the one responsible for those people. Yena, what's the special treatment
He
about?
did not
That they
gunpoint
need
them.
to
He
tell
did
his
not
family.
gunpoint them.
I mean, the
They
viewers
did
are also
that for-
protecting Xolani.
No,
They're
they
like, no,
did it
hands
with the
off
choice
Xolani,
yabo.
because Xolani is doing the work
Well,
that many of the people don't want to
failing
do.
to do
Are
that.
failing to do.
Emzansi. So while we are still on that, guys, the topic is shushu. It's hot. We're gonna go back to today's headlines that we've discussed before we can go to an ad break. Earlier on, we talked about Ucheki Pamotsi, that he's been found guilty, as well as Utabo Besta's story is to set and hit the shelf in October. Now we've just recently were discussing with Xolani Khumalo that he has been released on 20,000 rand bail. Then earlier on, if you're still tuning in, because you have to be discussing with Babe Sodumo, how life has been without Omampincha, and Unati got exactly what she deserves. That is Isuzo Dlomo, and MT reacting to people labeling him as a drunkard. So without the wasting of time, we're going to go back to an ad break. Then we'll be back in a moment. All you have to do is to stay tuned, don't shift, don't nyagaza, because the hottest topics, we'll be discussing them right here in studio. Surely you don't want to miss out. We'll be back in a moment.